All right, guys. Good morning from Riverview, Florida. Yep. All right, guys. So, October 18, 2022. And it's already 52, 53 degrees. Now, mind you, that's not the norm. And it's not here. It's just a cold front. I think we're going to have 50-degree weather just for 2 days. A couple of days. Then it'll come back to the 80s. But we will get this weather around December, January, for sure. January is when it gets this cold in Florida. Kind of our fall season. All right. Well, what can I say? Taking a short walk before I head over to the hardware store to buy some sealer. I've been working on a project with sealing my pavers in the pool in the back, and it's taking me way longer than expected. Definitely my first time doing it, so I figured, hey, listen, how hard can it be? And just like any DIY projects, is always going to require 10 extra steps than what you thought. So it happened to me. And I've been at it for weeks now, on and off, because of work, weather, when it rains, all that fun stuff. I've had to redo some stuff because I did it wrong the first time. So long story short, next time I need to clean and seal my pavers, I am definitely going to hire someone. It's taking too much of my time and I haven't even finished. And then the inconvenience that comes with that is that I've had to put all my patio furniture, grill, everything else, well, most of it is in the garage. So my garage is like, it's cluttered. Anyways, it's just like inconvenient. But taking the short walk before I head over to buy the sealer, talk a little bit about myself and real estate. So I've kind of said a little bit of what I'm currently working on. But myself, I'm a Florida realtor here in the area of Tampa. I live in Riverview. For those that are not familiar with Riverview, it's a neighboring city that is like right next to Tampa. It's way smaller than Tampa, but you have Riverview, you have Brandon, Florida, you have Valrico, you have Ruskin, Waimama. These are cities that, for those that don't live in Florida, might not be familiar with. But whenever they say, hey Moses, where you live? I say Tampa because all these small little cities that I've mentioned, we are like right there, like pretty much in Tampa. All right. So let's talk real estate. So today, like as I mentioned, October the 18th or the 19th, I think it's the 19th. Now people are asking or questioning if it's a good time to buy or not. Listen, there's no cookie cutter answer to that. Excuse me. Only because it's really going to depend on your situation. And that situation and those factors are always going to be the same as if the market was hot. Whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, everything is going to depend on your individual situation. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, here's the deal. And real estate is all about the numbers. And for those that don't do a lot of real estate transactions, there's everyone is always focusing on, okay, I'm going to try to get the best deal possible, the best price, the lowest interest, with the least amount of terms and restrictions, and so on. And that's good that as a consumer you think that way. But real estate is like surfing. And when you go out there, you're not gonna. There's not only one type of surfboard or one size wave. You have different types of surfboards, and there's different types of waves, right? So what you got to do is that for your situation, you got to know where you stand. where you're at. And then depending on that, you just got to try to get the best deal possible for you. Now, it's probably not going to look as good as you would want it to be. But if it's the best one you could get for yourself, guess what? You've done good for yourself. So the idea of real estate is, it comes down to that. Trying to get the best deal, the best numbers that will work personally for you. So, when you go out there, and I seen a meme, out of all places, something that really kind of opened my eyes. I seen a meme to where this lady is yelling at a cat, and she's saying, I am not paying 7% interest rate. And then the cat responds, well, rent is 100%. And that is true. Why? Because some people are holding off from buying because the interest rates are up in the sevens. Yeah, it's going to give you less buying power, but you are paying towards the principal. And yeah, you're going to have some escrow amounts that's going to go toward your taxes and insurance and all. But every payment you make, you're going to be gaining equity, excuse me, and which is good for you, a homeowner. Now, you rent, and let's say you pay a similar amount, a monthly payment, and guess what? Every payment that you make, you're not gonna get a penny back. So that's just the reality. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. And so yeah. So imagine paying, say, $800 mortgage payment. So guess what? Yeah, you're gonna be paying your 7% interest rate, and your taxes, and your insurance, and towards your principal, which is good. And every payment you make, that balance is going to be going down, and your equity is going to be going up, which is great. You pay rent, and let's say you're paying $1,700 a month, because rent nowadays is not too far from looking like a mortgage payment. So let's say you are saving yourself $100 a month renting. Well, guess what? You rent for a year. That's around 20 grand that you're paying in just 1 year. Now, when you move out, how much of that 20 plus grand that you paid in a year, how much you gonna get back? You ain't getting nothing. So paying rent is almost, it's similar to just paying 100% interest rate on your mortgage, where nothing is going towards your principal. And then the other thing is, it's not the first time interest rates are at 7. Historically, look it up, Google it. Say historical interest rates in the United States. You gotta see, and it's funny because my dad, years ago, he would share this with me. I was too small to even acknowledge this. But back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, he said that the interest rates were, 15, 18%. And even then, it was kind of like the norm. So, I know that as of last year and a half ago, interest rates were low, as low as 3%, 2.6, 2.7, and I dare say that interest rates being that low for that long was kind of unheard of. We lucked out, but we got spoiled, and now we hear 6%, 7%, and we think that it's just doomsday. In reality, despite what's going on, I know that inflation and everything else, it's really affecting all of us. So, right now the market had slowed down a little bit. So as a buyer, you're gonna have way less competition. You're gonna have a lot more leverage with asking for additional discounts or seller's concession where the seller could contribute funds uh, towards your closing cost, and so on. And there's so many other things that um, you can benefit from with this market, which has slowed down. And don't think that you are going to be stuck with whatever interest rates you're going to get, because imagine getting a house now at a reduced price, and you end up with 7% interest rate. All right, so who's to say that maybe a year or two from now, everything is a cycle, everything goes up and down. Interest rates go back down. If that's the case, let's say it goes up. Well, if it goes up, then yours is locked at 7. Well, it's going up to 8, 9, 10%. Who knows? So you stay with 7, so you get the best of that deal. What if it goes down? Well, then all you got to do is refinance. That's all you got to do. People think that because they get a loan at a certain interest rate, they stuck with it. Oh, market changes, interest rate goes down, at least 1% or 2, where it'll be worth refinancing. Refinance and get yourself a low interest rate. That's it. So again, I know that we tend to overthink things, but there's always a way through this madness. And so, for those that are in the fence with wanting to purchase a home during this inflation time and everything else, hey, listen, I gave you a little something to ponder. I'm not saying that, I know everything or what the future holds, but, obviously you're going to just have to do a little more research. They say that we might experience a slight recession of sort, and with that, well, normally people lose jobs. So, hey, I cannot foresee if you're going to lose your job or not, And I believe that some banks might even start considering those factors when approving people for loans. I think so. If you apply for a loan now, they might consider your type of job. Not only the length of your employment, but I think they might look into the type of job you have and see if it's recession proof. Something like that. But anyways, it doesn't hurt to try. If you're one of those people that you're looking to buy because you really need to buy, I'm not gonna encourage you not to buy and stay with having to rent. If you need to buy, as same thing. If you're a person that you need to sell because you need to move, you need to relocate, you need to downsize or upsize your house, and it's kind of urgent. Right now, there's no reason not to. Go ahead and do it. Again, this is a numbers game, and you just gotta be content with the cards that you are dealt with. And again, honestly, we just got spoiled with the 2-3% interest rates, and when you get spoiled, everything else looks very bad. But I really wouldn't worry about that. All right, guys. So I'm gonna head on over. I think I've shared enough for one day. But by all means, listen. I live here in Florida, and not sure if I mentioned it or not, but I am also a licensed mortgage loan officer. Well, it's really a mortgage loan originator. That's the correct term. But I do practice real estate full time. Anyways, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. 813-819-4883. If you have any questions or you would like to comment, and again, I'm not saying that I'm 100% right on everything. It's really my observation. But if there's something that you would like to share, comment below. By all means, that's what this forum is all about. So if you have any valuable information or comments that you would want to share, by all means. All right? And I won't be doing myself a favor if I don't also reach out to you guys and ask that you would like um, this video if you found it somewhat insightful or entertaining. Um, it's all good, guys. Anyways, Moses Rivera, check it out. Until next time. So I hope to see you soon. Peace out. Keep smiling.